Alaikum and welcome everyone. I am Urooj Aslam and today we have an inspiring guest Maya here to discuss a topic that affects everyone, that is financial independence. We'll explore what financial independence really means, why it's so important, and practical steps anyone can take to achieve it. Maya, thank you for joining us today. My first question is, how would you personally define financial independence?
Assalamu alaikum to you too. And hello to everyone listening. It's good to be here. Um, Financial independence to me isn't about being rich. It's about having enough passive income to cover your living expenses without needing to work. It's freedom, the freedom to make choices based on what you truly want, not what you have to do to pay the bills.
Okay.
It's about security and control over your own time and future. It doesn't necessarily mean retiring early, but it does mean having options.
Why do you think achieving financial independence is important in today's world?
Well, the world's just unstable, right? Job security isn't what it used to be. Costs are going up. Relying solely on a job feels riskier than ever. Financial independence provides a buffer against those uncertainties. Beyond that, though, it's about agency. It allows people to pursue work they're passionate about, contribute to causes they believe in, and spend time with loved ones. Things that often get sacrificed when you're just trying to make ends meet. It's a proactive approach to life instead of just reacting to circumstances.
Okay. What are some common misconceptions people have about financial independence?
Oh, tons. A big one is that you need a huge amount of money to achieve it. That's not necessarily true. It's more about mindful spending, saving consistently, and making your money work for you through investments. Another misconception is that it's a get rich quick scheme. It's a long term game that requires discipline and patience. People also think it's just for a certain age group or income level, but anyone can start building toward it, regardless of their circumstances. Finally, some assume it means a life of luxury, when really it's about having enough to live comfortably on your own terms. It's about freedom, not necessarily extravagance.
Okay. Do you think it's possible to achieve financial independence on a modest income? How?
Absolutely. It's definitely possible, though it requires more discipline and a longer timeline. The key is maximizing what you do have. That means aggressive saving, even if it's a small percentage of your income to start with. Then focusing on increasing that income, side hustles, learning new skills to qualify for higher paying jobs, anything to boost your earnings. But most importantly, it's about investing early and consistently, even with small amounts. Compounding interest is your best friend, and minimizing expenses is crucial. Finding ways to cut costs without sacrificing your quality of life. It's about being intentional with your money and prioritizing long term goals over short term gratification. It's a slow burn, but it's achievable.
Okay. Can you explain why having an emergency fund is so crucial?
Honestly, it's the foundation of financial security. Life throws curveballs, unexpected medical bills, job loss, car repairs. Stuff happens. An emergency fund, ideally 3 to 6 months of living expenses, prevents you from going into debt when those things happen. Without it, you're forced to rely on credit cards or loans, which can derail your financial progress for years. It's not about making money, it's about protecting what you have and maintaining your peace of mind. Provides a safety net that allows you to weather the storms without compromising your long term financial goals. It's non negotiable, really.
Okay. What types of passive income can help accelerate financial independence?
Okay, so there are a lot of options ranging in terms of risk and effort. Real estate investing, rental properties, REITs can be a solid option, but it's not entirely passive. Dividend paying stocks are a classic. Bonds are lower risk, lower reward. Creating and selling digital products, online courses, ebooks, templates can be very lucrative, but requires upfront work. Affiliate marketing, where you earn a commission by promoting other people's products, is relatively low effort. Even things like high yield savings accounts or certificate of deposits, though the returns are small, contribute over time. The best approach is often to diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And honestly, the passive part often requires some initial active work to set things up.
Okay, for someone just starting out, what practical first steps would you recommend?
First, track your spending. Seriously, know where every dollar is going. Then, create a budget and stick to it as much as possible. Automate your savings, set up automatic transfers to a savings account each month, interest debt, credit cards, especially as quickly as you can. Start small with investing. Even $50 a month in a low cost index fund is a great start. Read books, listen to podcasts, and educate yourself about personal finance. And finally, set realistic goals. Don't try to overhaul your entire financial life overnight. Small, consistent steps add up over time. It's about building good habits and creating a sustainable plan.
Okay, how do debt and loans affect the journey to financial
Debt
independence?
is a huge anchor. High interest debt, especially, actively works against you. The interest payments eat into your income that could be going towards savings and investments. It creates a cycle where you're constantly paying off the past instead of building for the future. Now, not all debt is bad. A mortgage, for example, can be a good investment if the property appreciates. But credit card debt, payday loans, those are killers. The goal is to minimize debt as much as possible and prioritize paying it down aggressively. Every dollar you pay toward debt is a dollar that's no longer holding you back from financial freedom.
Okay, are there any tools or apps you use to manage finances effectively?
I've heard good things from what people tell me. I mean, from what I gather, Mint and YNAB, You Need a Budget, are popular for budgeting and tracking expenses. Personal Capital is good for, investment tracking and net worth calculation. There are also robo advisors like Betterment and Wealthfront that automate investing. But honestly, the best tool is the one you'll actually use consistently. It doesn't matter how fancy it is, if it just sits there gathering digital dust. A simple spreadsheet can be just as effective for some people. It really comes down to personal preference and finding something that fits your needs.
Okay, can you explain the 4% rule in simple terms and its relevance to planning?
The 4% rule is a guideline for how much you can safely withdraw from your retirement savings each year without running out of money. Basically, it says that if you have a diversified portfolio, you can withdraw 4% of the initial balance in the first year of retirement and then adjust that amount for inflation each subsequent year. It's based on historical data that suggests this withdrawal rate has a high probability of lasting at least 30 years. It's useful for planning because it helps you estimate how much you need to save to achieve financial independence. However, it's not a foolproof rule. Market conditions can vary. It's a starting point for planning, but it's important to consider your individual circumstances and adjust accordingly.
Okay, finally, Maya, what advice would you give to someone who feels overwhelmed by their finances?
Take a deep breath. Seriously, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. Most people do at some point. Don't try to fix everything at once. Pick one small thing, maybe tracking your spending for a week, and focus on that. Then build from there. Seek out resources, books, websites, financial advisors, whatever works for you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And remember that progress, not perfection, is the goal. Every small step you take is a step in the right direction. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And ultimately, recognizing you need to get a handle on things is the biggest step of all. You've already started.
Okay, thank you so much, Maya. This was such an insightful discussion. I'm sure everyone listening now has a much clearer understanding of financial independence and how to start their journey. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. And to our audience, remember start small, plan wisely, and take control of your financial future. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more conversation like this.
All
This
right.
is Urooj Islam signing off. Allah Hafiz.